So, Wrestlemania is tonight, and so I'm going to do my predictions. Run through the card, match by match, see what I think is going to happen, result-wise, and during the match, and any swerves or moments that will probably take place within those matches and on the event itself. But before I do that, I just want to make a couple of comments about the Hall of Fame ceremony and what I've heard about it. First off, Mick Foley was inducted, as you probably know. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame last night, and two hilarious moments in this. One, when he comes out, CM Punk stands at the front of the crowd and holds up a sign saying applause. I saw that and it just made me giggle a lot. And then during his speech he stated that he'd never been able to beat Chris Jericho in his career. So Chris Jericho comes out and essentially he jobbed to Mick Foley on the stage in a tux at the Hall of Fame while CM Punk counted to 3. What a lad. The other thing I wanted to talk about with the Hall of Fame is the booing of certain individuals. It was mainly I can't even say her name. Maria Menounos, Donald Trump, and John Cena. Now John Cena gets booed a lot, we know this, but I think it's one thing to boo a man at a show like Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-view, house show, wherever you're watching him. But when people are booing as they're showing a video about him doing work with Make-A-Wish, I don't agree with that at all. Because it does look like people are booing the fact that he even does this work, and that's just wrong. As far as booing Maria Menounos, people are saying it's because she had no right to be anywhere near a wrestling event at all. But that's wrong. She was there to induct her friend Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund asked for her. Every single person inducted to the Hall of Fame chooses who inducts them. Bob asked for her. So now that people know that, maybe they'll stop saying that she had no place there. And I mean, Donald Trump is probably getting booed the same reason as Pete Rose did. I don't really think there should be that celebrity wing, because every single institution has its own Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, fair enough, he should have been in his sports, fine. Wrestling, not so much, when all he really did was show up and get beaten by Kane for a few years in a row. So let's get on to the actual event for the night. Miz versus Wade Barrett's on the pre-show. Now, I've been speaking to people, and a lot of them agree, as I do, that it demeans both the title and the superstars involved if they have to go on a pre-show, when I would assume, as most years, there will be some sort of musical interlude in the middle. And I don't think a wrestling show, the biggest wrestling show of the year, should be bumping a wrestling match, especially for the mid-tier title. I don't think that should be getting bumped off of the main show, because not everyone will watch the pre-show. I myself will be, but not everyone will. I think what will happen is, I think Fandango and Chris Jericho might go on first. Having not seen Fandango wrestle, or Johnny Curtis as he was wrestle, I find it very hard to imagine what it's going to look like, but knowing that Chris Jericho knows his prime is over, Chris Jericho probably will do the honours to put yet another up and comer over. He does that. He did it to Dolph Ziggler a lot last year, and I think he'll probably do it again for Fandango. I hope he doesn't. I hope Fandango doesn't watch this, because I've been pronouncing his name wrong the whole time. Well, I think the 6-man match with the Shield is, yeah, okay, it's been tried and tested. It's basically the Shield versus 3 more people, but I think given it's WrestleMania, it's going to be something special, and I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a double turn tonight. I think Randy Orton will turn heel by beating on the Big Show, aligning with the Shield. It would probably explain a lot, because if you remember, the Shield started attacking Randy for no real reason whatsoever. So it could emerge that that was a plot to sort of throw everyone off. So I think Randy's going to turn heel and emerge as like maybe the mastermind or something behind a Shield. And by going after the Big Show, it'll solidify that he's now pretty much a face. Brodus Clay, Tensai, Cameron and Naomi versus Team Rhodes Scholars and the Bellas. Yeah. So what? Honestly, don't care at all about that one. I think that's just going to be your by the numbers, nobody cares match. It might go on later on the show, as a sort of come down from one of the bigger matches. You know, they usually do that with the Divas title match, but there doesn't seem to be one booked for tonight. Ryback versus Mark Henry. I entirely believe this match has been set up purely to give the WrestleMania moment of Ryback lifting Mark Henry up and hitting him with a shell shocked. That would be Ryback's big WrestleMania moment, as it were. So that's that. I think obviously that leads to Ryback winning the match. I don't think a loss in that particular perspective would really hurt Mark Henry anyway. The WWE are trying to go places with Ryback, and he really needs to start winning pay-per-view matches, because since he stopped with the jobber squashing, he's not actually won many, if any, pay-per-view matches. Tag team title matches are Team Hell No versus Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. I think that that Dolph and Big E are going to win this one for 2 different reasons. Number one, I would love to see Dolph Ziggler walking out of this as a double champion, but more on that later. I think a loss for Team Hell No would probably set things in motion for them splitting up, and I would imagine the loser of the fall would remain face, and the other member of the team would turn heel, and that would lead to a feud between the two of them. Because honestly, both of them, as much as I enjoyed Team Hell No in its early stages, I think the act has gone a bit samey now, and without the comedy of Dr. Shelby, I think it's run its course now, and they should both get back into singles competition. Daniel Bryan especially should be getting back into the big titles picture, and start going for those belts. CM Punk versus The Undertaker. I mean, I think a lot of people are predictably expecting The Undertaker to win this for the streak, but I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't really be surprised either way with this one. CM Punk has proved in recent weeks that he could probably measure up to The Undertaker, and Undertaker, as we know, is on his last legs. You know, he'll be retiring soon. This could be his last year. Maybe not. Maybe he'll wrestle again at WrestleMania 30. We don't know. But it could. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll win. You know, keep the streak alive. 21-0. And that'll be that. But honestly, either way, I won't really be surprised. The no holds barred match with Triple H's career on the line. I don't really understand why they had to put Triple H's career on the line for this. He wrestles once, maybe twice a year, as is. So, what's the point in having that stipulation? His in-ring career, as magnificent as it has been, has reached its end anyway. Either way, he's not going to be full-time ever again. He's probably not. You know, we'd probably be lucky to see 10 more matches out of him ever. So, don't see the point. I mean, I think he'll probably win. I think Brock might reciprocate the win he took off of him at SummerSlam. Then you've got your two main title matches. World Heavyweight title match, Jack Swagger vs Alberto Del Rio. Probably looking at Alberto Del Rio to win this, as many people are aware of Jack Swagger having been caught by the police, and it looks like he's escaped without trouble. However, I think what's going to happen is he was going to win the belt, but now he's not because of that. And here's what I was saying about Dolph Ziggler being a double champion. I think after Alberto wins, it'll be a hard fought contest and they'll both be pretty dead. And then out comes Dolph Ziggler, cashes in, boom, 1, 2, 3, new champion, double champion Dolph Ziggler, and maybe WWE will finally start to do things right with him. John Cena versus The Rock. So many things have run around my head lately about how they could do this. Are they going to turn Cena heel? Are they not going to turn Cena heel? How could they do it? Where could they do it? What could happen? Who could run in? All these sorts of things. But again, just like Triple H's match, The Rock will probably reciprocate from the victory from last year's WrestleMania. It'll set things in motion for a third match, granted, because it'll be a tiebreaker. So I think Cena is going to win this one. Will he turn heel? Maybe. It would be good if he did. Inject some new life and give the fans a reason to boo him. You know, they've been wanting to for years. So just do it now. Heel Cena. Be great. So that's my predictions. If you want to leave your own, leave it down there. Leave match predictions down there. Subscribe up here. And yeah, I'm going to be doing another video later today with a Cardfight Vanguard deck profile, a Nova Grappler Black Luger deck. But see you later. Stop.